What is up, guys? Adriana Maya, and I'm back with another episode of Spliffs and Giggles brought to you by the Red Eye District. I have such a special guest that's joined me today, Charley fucking Hart. She's a content creator, a porn star, my old roommate, one of my best friends, one of my OG smoking partners. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Charley.
Thank you so much for having me. Yo, this has been years in the making.
Literally. And ironically, this is pretty much what the base of our whole relationship has been.
When we used to smoke, we're like, all we need is a microphone and a camera in front of us, and we'll entertain people, because
we would be perfectly fine. I think I just did a bad thing. Oh, no, we're good. I was going to say, guys, things are about to get a little dicey. I'm not fucking wasted yet.
We might throw it
Well, my OG smoking partner, I think I'm going to stuff this bad boy first. Let's get into it. You're kind of like a freak, actually. I know this because I've lived with her. I'm just going to kick it off. What's your favorite memory of you and I?
I think my favorite memory of you is sitting outside by a pool and you walking up to me and you go, "It's time," in my ear. And I go, "Okay." And we walk inside and we set a guy down on the couch and we just start like dancing and we just start giving lap dances and then we just go on his lap and then we're like, "Okay, we'll see you guys later." And we go off into the bedroom and like, he had the best threesome of my life. We had so much fun. I will never forget this quote. "If I had the both of you, I would never have to cheat again."
I know, dude. And we were like, we know. Like, we're aware of that.
We're just like in the ear.
He was like, "You guys are so giving and you were just so generous with one another. It was just beautiful." Like, honestly, that was some good dick too. So like, shout out to that man. Shout out to him.
There's
he'll have his comeback soon.
I'm sure about it. Okay. What about you?
My favorite memory of us is the night I kidnapped myself. And it's also, ironically, the night that we all decided to go out together as a house. We all lived in the Keem Soda house, the mansion. And we all decided to go out together, which we never did because everyone was always working or just busy on their own schedules. And 2 girls got kicked out because they fell asleep in the bathroom.
They went hard in the paint.
Left with the club owner because it was his birthday. I was yes, bitch. And I was so wasted that I was like, I'm gonna be responsible and go home. So I check in with you, and you're like, "No, I'm good, but we gotta find the other girls." I'm like, "Stay here, enjoy your man. Let me go find them." The security guard tells me they got kicked out because they fell asleep in the bathroom, and then I disappeared for the next 5 hours.
It wasn't until the next morning that we're all sitting outside having our morning smoke sesh up on my balcony, and you walk in, you're like, plop down, you're like, "Hey guys." So
what the fuck happened last night? And I got a text and it said, "Guy whose house you were at last night."
And you ended up going on a date with this random guy.
No, and I blacked out. I didn't know what he looked like. I was like, this is actually like terrible of me. But I was
so nice about it.
He was so nice.
He was so nice and sweet. You like went and saw him. Wasn't it that you got to his house?
No, and I was so hungover and I didn't know where I was. He was like, "No, you were here last night." I was like, "Dude, I don't, come fucking find me. It's hot as fuck outside. I'm about to die."
Was that after you hopped in an Uber that wasn't yours that these guys are Uber and you're like, "Okay."
That was the second time I kidnapped myself, yes. For some reason, I get into it and I get a little tipsy and I'm very trusting and fun.
That's what it is. You get very trusting and you're like, "Oh, it's a good time? Okay." And I'm like, "Oh, You checking any kind of references? Like,
But if we're being honest again, I didn't black out that night, and I had the sense enough to be like, I actually don't know these guys, and I just got in their car. They're not my Uber, but they were in fact heading towards my house, and I was like, maybe they shouldn't know where I live. Like, maybe that's like the issue here.
yeah, we did have an issue. Like, that's the thing when so many girls would live in one house, and we're like, can you not give our address?
Yes.
To all of the guys.
Well,
that
especially
you're
if you're not gonna be there for forever. Like, bitch, don't just have them come over. Do you remember Fabian, the ass fucker, that dude, that sexy sugar daddy that I found, and then he drove up in his Porsche, and he like came out, and you guys were like, holy
yes. Yeah, he was.
Shout out to you, Fabian, if you're still in Florida. Wow, we loved you. Like, we loved you.
He was a good-looking fella.
He was so hot. And he calls me Adrian. I want to bite that dick. Like Kobayashi.
Eat that dick like Kobayashi.
Step Brothers, if you don't get the reference. My fellow pothead friend, what is your favorite memory in just being in the industry? Because you've been in for 7 years, 8 years.
No,
is it
it's
longer?
only I feel like it's only been 6. What's interesting?
No
is
way.
I was on set I was on set a few months ago with Peter. And Peter goes, Charley fucking Hart. He goes, you a veteran. And
Literally,
Fuck,
absolutely.
And he goes, he's like, if you made it past like 3 years, he's like, you're a veteran. I'm like,
you're doing great.
but I'm
if
like,
you've made
I
it
don't
past that.
do this shit. Like, I don't like. I always say I'm porn star adjacent. Look, I'm friends with the beautiful porn stars, and I'm like, oh my god,
The
yeah, I
thing
fucked
is,
them, and I know them.
I understand what you mean, because like in hindsight, porn star, and because of how you understand how the industry works, you understand that, like, I don't even want to call it like a ranking, but it's just like porn stars are people who really shoot for like porn companies.
and who are there to be on set for 12
But guess
hours.
who
and
shoots
show
for
up.
porn companies now? It's like you're doing that, and you're doing it much more. Like,
Yeah.
But you also make a lot of your own content.
Yeah.
Which is what most porn stars have branched into doing anyway full time. So it's like
I'm
if
trying
you didn't
to- I'm
have
doing
it
it
before, you
backwards.
haven't.
I'm
you
doing it
literally are
backwards.
doing it backwards.
I'm trying to build this empire, and then at the same time, I'm like, okay, let me try to build a following, and let me try to build a following, you know?
Yes.
But I'm like, I want my following, once they're there, to already have all this stuff that they can look at.
Okay,
and be like,
I
oh,
got
so this
you.
is who she really
Well,
is.
they never get bored that way. They always have new stuff to look into, and you're very well rounded. You do content, you shoot porn, and you cam. What site do you cam for?
I came for Cam Soda.
I knew that, but it's for
she
you
knows
guys.
this answer. But of course, yeah, you guys need to know this. Yeah. I came up with Cam Soda. Like, we're fucking OGs when they were
That
like,
was so fun.
we're starting a campsite. We need girls to cam. And I was like, I want to cam.
I'll do it. Like,
So I fucking like went in full force.
Yes.
Any reason to like use all of my sex toys and buy new ones and fuck myself in different
Yo.
ways and wear cute outfits, like,
your collection of sex toys is. I'm not even kidding. I've been telling people this for years, like friends from back home, people in the industry. Like because people say something about my collection, and I'll laugh. Like I'm like, ha ha. I had a roommate, and you were a genius. I think at one point you had like a wine rack that you were putting dildos in, and then you had like those laundry bags, and I was just like the creative and smart idea, so you don't ruin your toys, and you keep them all, and you have so many toys. Upwards, how many would you say you have?
I was gonna say, bitch, you should see it now.
Because it's been over a year since I've seen
because
it.
I have at least 6 shelves, and then I've got 2 bars underneath that has like all my BDSM and
Holy
chains
shit,
and
yeah.
collars and ball gags and stuff. But when easily over 100.
That's you guys, I don't think you realize, like, you know, you can order packs of like those bullshit BDSM packs, and that comes with like 10 things maybe.
That's
tops.
bullshit.
She has over 100, and these are like real, like real.
You don't buy
toys,
your
like,
bondage shit
from Amazon. No,
not
if you're
you
real
buy it
about
from
it.
Home Depot. You know, like if you're really into that shit, you're buying that shit. Like,
You know
if I'm
it's
getting
so
the fucking
funny.
good silk rope,
I
I'm gonna fucking
remember
go to Home Depot.
Christmas one year, I gave goodie bags to all the girls. They gave you a Bass Pro Shop gift card.
I still have those shoes because I was like, bitch, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? You're like Charlie. Charlie will love the Bass Pro Shop. And I was like,
I've never been there in my life, but I saw it and I was like, this is where Charlie would shop.
So I went there and I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna buy
No,
something.
and you did.
And I got some
after.
gym shoes.
You know, I got some
was like,
shoes.
I got some, and I only spent like 95 cents for tax.
Like, that's so awesome. That's my favorite thing I've ever.
I make it fucking work.
Because I thought it was so fucking funny. Everyone else, like, I gave them like Visa gift cards. I was like, no, you get Bass Pro Shop, baby. Like,
do you remember when Bailey would mail potatoes to us? Yes.
Yo,
do you remember her?
We have a friend named Bailey. You guys actually probably saw her on my Snapchat. I reposted the video before. She put a beer bottle in her butt the first night. That's the night I met Sophia Leone and we hooked up. I love you, Sophia. Shout out to you, baby mama. I know she's so delicious. Oh my god.
She came in. Yeah, go ahead.
You will tell me about that. Absolutely.
Yeah. You finish your story.
I'm so hot talking about it. I literally got warm.
God, she's gonna be on here tomorrow.
I know.
If you'd have had us together,
it would have been so good. It honestly.
I'm gonna say she came into bed and she was, the other night, she's just like, Charlie, you are so sexy. I've always thought that if you wanna fuck or whatever, just you let me know. And
I love it. Yeah.
Oh my! I was like, oh my god! I'm like, she's like, I'm gonna go have a cigarette and I'll be right back. Can I come back? And I was like,
yeah, you could be back.
Yeah,
and we'll be here. I'll be here, able and ready, baby.
And then she was.
Everybody else is just.
Huh?
No, I'm saying that's like the conversation that all dudes are like, why
doesn't that happen to me?
Why doesn't that happen? Yeah, and
you don't live with a bunch of hot.
We were we were just chilling and we were cuddling on the bed, but then I was like so overwhelmed. I'm like, she left the room, and I go into the bathroom and I start brushing my teeth. I'm like, are we gonna fuck?
Are we gonna have fuck?
I don't know.
I'm
kind of overwhelmed. I'm like, I wasn't really thinking I was gonna have sex right now. Like, should I? So then she came back in and she's like, I just want to like cuddle, and came in between us, and I'm like, oh, this is so nice. And I'm like cuddling her. I'm like, oh my god, this is so sexy and everything. And then we're like, okay, maybe we should just like be up and around. And she was like, oh, I don't know. And then I'm like, oh, and then I do this.
Oh my, and you already know.
She gave me the eyes. I was like, motherfucker. And then we just like started.
That's her issue. She starts choking you and Charlie, once you can't tell Charlie what you like, she'll use it against you. And then when you guys lock eyes and she chokes you and I don't submit to anyone. Like, no women at all, like, LOL. But I submit to you.
Because I'm going to give you what you want.
I'm going to give you what you want.
When you deserve it, I'll give you what you want. Yeah.
I'm such a good girl. Oh
my god, and that's the thing, because we stopped. Because I choked her, we kissed, and I threw her on the bed. Hopped on top, kissed her a little bit again. And then I was like, oh, okay, all right. And I was like, and I'm like, you're such a good girl. She goes, stop!
That's what happened in our threesome. As soon as I said that to you, it was like the light bulb goes off, and I was like, oh, it's gonna get nasty. Things are gonna get very raunchy very quick.
I want to figure out what people's thing is.
That's
and
the
with
issue,
a lot of
you're
girls,
like a little.
I don't know. I want to know if you want to dominate or if you want me to dominate you, and if you need
like
to hear
challenge.
you're a good little girl to get your panties wet.
When
I will fucking say.
Perfect example of this. We would be in the cam house and we had a fuck machine, and there would be some girls who they just didn't really. It's a machine's literally fucking you constantly when people are tipping, so it's kind of hard to like talk and interact with fans. So we would run and jump in the room. We're like interacting with the girl. We're getting the fans into it. And Charlie would get the girls so fucking like into it. Like by the end of the fuck machine thing, they're like, that was like, and they're like, I love you. Like, yeah. That was I thought that was so cool.
I always love it, and I feel really honored when I'm like, fucking someone and they're like, I love you.
I totally
like the last for Valentine's Day, the past 2 years I've had Valentine's Day and done an all-girl orgy, and let me tell you,
I love
this
that.
past year. Okay, both years.
Oh,
Carmella,
I saw you had Carmella. Yes, I saw that.
Carmella has been in it twice.
We love Carmella.
And I mean,
Shout out
the
to
first
her.
year, that was our first time ever shooting together. And bitch, as soon
That's
as
hot.
we choked each other, we're like,
yeah,
I'm fucking in love with you. And her and I will just like, we go ham.
Yeah.
And then this year, Summer Cole and Hazel Grace.
That's who, Hazel.
Joined us.
I see you work with her so much.
I love that
And
bitch.
she genuinely just seemed like her whole personality online, and it like a lot of people are really good at masking like what they like, but she seems very
is it.
straightforward.
She is
because
it.
that's not all like sweet, and she's very honest, and I'm like, oh, I like her. I like her.
She I know. I you want to know how I met her? She came over because we were gonna smoke. We
told
bonded
you.
over smoking,
My little
and that's how
pothead friend.
she met me.
That's how a
And-
lot of your friendships in the
I
industry have started.
know. People are always
So
like, "Oh, well,
funny.
Charley smokes," and I'm like,
People,
yeah.
I'll be meeting people and they're like, oh, how long have you been in Florida? I'm like, a couple years. So they'll start mentioning people and your name comes up. And they're like, oh yeah, I met her because we were like smoking, like there was a party or like, there was like a shoot and we were just smoking. And I'm like, yeah, that's how we met pretty much. Like we're smoking. Like you're a fucking pothead, like through and
that's
through.
the
I
thing.
love it.
That's the thing, though. Like, remember when we went on the yacht? Yes, I would go on the yacht all the time.
That
Went
was-
by myself.
Yeah, and I never went.
And I would
'cause
always
boats
bring
make
my
me sick.
bag of weed, and I bring my papers and stuff, and I would go by myself and just sit on the yacht, and all
Yeah.
these all the girls and all the guys
Yes.
would end up being around me, and they're like, "Yo,
'Cause she
like
was
why
so
are you so
chill.
cool?" And I'm like, "Cause I'm just minding my own business. Like I just want to I just want to
Also-
smoke and chill, and if you want to come match,
You were cool with like a lot of the girls in the house too, and they were always doing shit. So it's like you don't really feel a need to like be in anyone's like business or anything. Like you're
busy.
kind of just chill. Like you're just like if you want to hang out, we can. But like whatever, it's cool.
Yeah, I'm like, if you want to come by my room, my
Yes!
door might be open. If my
If her door's open, you're good.
Come in. I have a sign on my door now. It's like, this
Good,
busy
yeah.
bee is being
Busy.
busy. Mm-hmm. And the girls know whether or not. I'm like,
The
but
best
I will
part about
always-
that in the house, I didn't like. I did actually like saying it to their face, but I tried not to because sometimes they would get sad. I'd be like, they'd be like, "Oh, Charlie's door's closed. Blah blah. I can't go in there." I'm like, I can fucking go in there. Like I'm like, Charlie.
Oh my God.
Oh
How
my-
many
That day
I,
I came
like-
in and I go, "Can I eat snacks?" And you just gave me
You were the
salami.
cutest. You just sit down, because if I could have a montage of how many times my door just swinging open and you just being like, "Charlie," and just like popping on my floor and being like, "Do you have any food?" I would feed you a lot. That's why it's always felt like college to me.
It is, dude.
My life is perpetually a sorority where
It
I
is.
live with girls and they're like,
It's awesome.
I'm
Though.
hungry.
It's awesome.
I do love it though
I
because
love
I can
that.
have my door open and I can
When
be
we got
social.
you got a microwave upstairs. That
I got
whoa.
rid of all of it though.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean,
I need it
everyone's
back.
getting really greedy anyway. Everyone's trying to come in your room, but I was in there all the time eating her leftovers and stuff. It was great.
I loved it.
I love that. What would you say has been the biggest takeaway you've gotten from being in porn and doing content? PM has honestly been like a huge part of your life, but what has porn and like content taught you? What do you do?
I feel like if porn has taught me anything, it's that everyone is on their own path. Is that
Yeah.
like, you cannot compare your career with
No.
anyone else's.
You
Just
really-
because I do something, another girl can do it, and she looks a little bit different, and she's gonna get cast in a different, scene, and I can't get hung up on that, and I can't compare myself to her, and I can't break myself down mentally
Yes.
to try to
Yes,
fit
yes,
within
yes.
that, because this is the vessel that I was given. This is the body I was given. Charley Hart will never have a different looking face unless I inject it and make it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes,
can try to alter it.
absolutely.
But God love me, I better fucking be okay with this because
That's what I got.
this is what I got. So all I can do is what I can do and be happy for other people when they're doing it too. And being like, that's their journey, you know?
You know what I think a
And,
good.
like,
Oh my god, thank you. I was like, I'm not gonna rip this, so this is gonna go slow.
Can I open up one of
Oh
these?
yeah, of course you can open up anything, honey. I think a true testament of that in the industry is people in the anal topic. How everyone kind of pushes so many different like views on it. Like you should do it when you first get in so you can make more money and you'll shoot for the bigger companies. And then other people are like, no, you should wait until you're like 3 years in and then they'll offer you $10,000. And it's like, yeah, you might get offered that, but not for nothing. Those companies aren't really around anymore. And unless your name is like huge, it's not happening. Like you got to give up that dream, bud. Like it's just not happening.
Yeah.
What is your take on that though? The whole anal topic. How do you feel about it? Because you've literally paved your own way in your career, so you didn't have to like listen to anyone's bullshit about it. Yeah, you didn't let anyone influence you though to be. Yeah. And like Sarah J, she was on. She's an OG, and she literally said, "I hate poop." And I couldn't stop laughing because that's the funniest fucking thing anyone's ever said.
I mean, I like anal in my personal life.
I do too.
But I'm also that person, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna fucking do it, and it's gonna be great for you, it's gonna be great for me. I'm not gonna be thinking in my head, oh my god, is something happening? Oopsie-doodle.
I did a party foul, guys. That's the first time I ever
just
did
to let
that.
you know, you remember what party fouls get you, right?
I do.
Stand up.
I can't, hold on.
Should we put it on the tray?
It's all in my vagina. It's just all, honestly, a lot of it's in my vagina. I'm not gonna lie. It got saved. All right. Yeah, I remember.
This is what we did party fouls even when we
Because
lived
like, this
together.
happens a lot for me.
And
Oh my god.
you remember my space? Yay, thanks. I needed that too. A little sexual tension in here. We're like talking about old times. My nipples are fucking getting
I
hard.
do remember.
I'm gonna take a little.
I'm hot.
It's hot in here.
It's fucking hot in here.
So what were we talking?
Honestly, we'll just jump around, you know? Do it the fuck out. We do what the fuck we want.
We were talking about anal.
Anal, that's actually important.
Anal.
So you like it in your personal life. If I recall, you had a video, and I remember because all the girls freaked out, and I was like, yeah, she's done it like twice. And you put 2 butt plugs in your butt.
Yeah.
And I remember the girls literally were like, she put 2 butt plugs in her butt. And I was like,
which is funny because they were the small ones.
That's
so
why
it's
I was
not
like
it's that very big. The only problem is that it was just a little awkward to get them side by side and a little like.
oh, and for the thumbnail. But you got it.
I got it.
You did get it. You fucking got that.
I got that. Yo, you should see this butt plug I have now. It's about the size of my fist. I had a guy.
Is it one of those fist ones? I saw that.
It's glass.
Oh no, they're like a dildo though.
It's like this big. And I got 2 of them, so they're like bookends. So I literally have used them as bookends. So
I love your dildos.
Yo,
You're fucking hilarious. Oh my god, people coming to your house must crack the fuck up.
Bitch, because you walk in my door and it's the 3 shelves of dildos. And okay, so my biggest dildo
God damn it.
is this big around.
Yeah.
Okay, and is this tall, but like this bigger. And everyone who comes into my room sees that and they're like, the fuck is that? They're like, and of course the next thing is,
have you put that inside
exactly,
yourself?
Have you put that inside of yourself? And the answer is like,
yeah.
Well, like that far. Oh my god, it was like
it's monster.
Yeah.
I got one of those because of a custom video, like one of those monster dildos.
That's what he did it for.
I cannot get my fucking mouth around it, and I have a big fucking, and it makes me like so irritated. I'm like, if there's
I can't
ever
choke
a
on it, if it won't,
what's the fucking point?
If
Why
it
am I
can't get
touching
wet,
it?
then it's just
a dry big dick.
No one
That's
wants
like the
that
worst
spit.
thing in the world.
So yeah.
Oh my god, it makes me so mad. Now that I'm thinking about it,
I got another new dildo, and it's like big again, and he wanted me to use it.
Is it your favorite one?
No, my favorite ones are
classic.
regular size.
No way.
Look, honestly, I'm not like. Okay, you want to hear the age-old question that they ask everyone on podcasts? Are you a size queen? Does size matter? No,
you're not. I know you're not.
I'm not. Yo, if you make me come, I like you.
Yeah, that's how I am, honestly. But I was hooking up with this, he was really tall and big, and his dick should have been big, and he ate my pussy, I'm not even kidding, for 30 minutes. And like,
That's
no
because he had a small dick.
And like, not
Damn
that it was bad. Like, I was like, this is good. But your dick is for sure small. And then, you know, like that joke that people say, like, is it in yet? I'm not even kidding. I was like, what are we doing here?
Oh.
Like, you know what that You know who had a small dick? Remember that one time we went to the Don Caesar Hotel? That pink hotel? And the girls and us had a cabana, and then you and I stayed at the hotel together.
You and I were at the hotel together. Didn't I help you a little bit?
He had a really small
He did.
dick.
No, I've seen smaller since then.
It was a micro penis,
No.
like to clarify. Like a violently...
The one yeah. And it was so nice because he was so okay.
No, I'm
for
not
a
doing
moment,
it.
I was like hanging out with 4 guys, and then
Ah.
it was
Yeah.
Halloween, and then like, I was
wait.
fucking around
Was
with-
it a plan or was it like a spur of the moment, like link
Well,
up?
we knew that 2 of them were coming over, but 2 of the other guys came with them, so
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna fuck like 2 of them. So then
You have the best nights ever. What the fuck?
I don't know how this happens in my life. Like, look, all I'm trying to do is manifest like healthy, sexy, like energy around me, consenting people who want to have like a good time, who like want to get each other off. Like that's all I want. I want people to have happy, healthy sex.
Word.
Anyway, so as long as everyone's down with it, I'm fucking
Yeah, you're
down
good.
with it.
Fuck
Yeah.
that. I'm it, dude.
And
You're
yeah.
like I want to say like threesome queen, but really you're like the orgy master. You are such a little, what's it called? Like a conductor? No, I think that's.
I'm the
Is
instigator
it the
though.
conductor or is that for trains? I'm thinking of like
The conductor.
Oh, okay,
There
the
is
conductor.
There's a train conductor, and there's also.
I'm like, am I retarded
an
and saying the
orchestral
wrong thing?
conductor.
Okay, conductor.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's what you're like when
when we
all of
have-
us get together.
Yeah.
You are like the little, and you get my vibe the moment.
Because I see what people are wanting to do, and I go, hey, you should go do that,
No, you
and they're
should-
like, okay.
Okay.
Carmela, well, like when we
Yeah.
first moved into the house, man, we had
She's
the all-girl
perfect.
orgy, and then after the all-girl orgy, 3 of us.
When you first moved in.
Yeah,
That's
3 of
awesome.
us tagged up on Powell and like did a reverse gangbang on him that night. And then the next night, all the girls who were hearing it, who didn't participate, were like, "We heard you guys, and we were
Yeah,
all
why the
sad
fuck
about
didn't
it."
you
So we're
join
like,
in?
Yeah, and we're like, "All right, then why don't you come up?" So it started off with, I think, girl Sophie, and we were giving her a massage, me and Carmela, and then Carmela kept going, and I was like, and of course I crawl over.
Yep.
And I get the Hitachi.
You're like
and then
handy
and then I
dandy
hand it to
Hitachi.
Carmela, and I start
Fuck yeah.
massaging. And then we did like another like 5-girl orgy, and and I just moved in, and I hadn't unpacked all my toys, and I'm like, wait, hold on.
If I
And
had-
I'm unpacking toys and bringing out dildos and like
Do you
handing
still have
them
your
out.
shinjo?
The heel dough? Oh, I do not use it anymore since I fucked up my knee. No, that guy is in retirement.
She has a. It's
I
a
injured
foot
myself.
dildo. It's a foot dildo. I've never seen. And that's a testament to how wild you are. And also your toy collection that you ran out of things to get. That you were like, this is cool. Let me buy the foot dildo. You like attach it to a foot. And that actually would work
If
for
I
like
can
people
attach
with
a
major
dick to
fetishes.
anything.
Oh yeah, I'll fuck it. I'll fuck it.
You know the new TikTok where it's like from what a shame, what a doggone shame, and it's like these jets, and you're like, yeah,
yeah,
like all
fuck
these
that.
things that girls would fuck, and I'm like, that's me. Like, you give me something
horny-
phallic shaped.
When do
and
you
the-
think it kicked in? Like when you just like realized you were just like, you're not even like, I don't know,
normal?
promiscuous. When did you realize
Promiscuous.
you were like open with your sexuality and like just being a sexual person in general, and like it was just you, like it's genuinely a part of like who you are. Because you wanted to be what, a sex therapist or something?
I wanted to do sex therapy and sex education, and like, so I think it was probably my solidified, like, sophomore, junior year when I was like educating myself
Yeah.
and really starting to like take it upon myself to learn more. And I had friends in high school who are coming up to me and be like, hey, what does this mean? What does a girl want? And what should I do with a girl? And I'm like telling my guy friends how to please women and telling them. So when I started becoming the teacher and people started coming to me, it was probably around like sophomore, junior year.
That is so cool.
So, and I was just like, and I knew that I liked being in relationships, but I knew I fucking loved sex and I needed it.
Dude, yeah. That's honestly why everyone I'm with has to be a nympho, dude. I'm the horniest person in the world.
Your dick is getting grabbed all day long.
All the time. I can't help it.
Every time I open my mouth, it's a fucking sexual innuendo.
I'm always like, everything.
It's like, are you horny all the time? I'm like, yes, I could be.
I honestly could. And sometimes it's not even like horny, like I want to fuck. I'm just dwelling in it.
You don't like it was just like, I'm not like actively horny now and I could fuck right now, but I'm like, if you fucking suck on my titty for 2 minutes.
I can get it going, baby.
Like, and I start sucking your dick.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna get like, that's when my pussy gets wet though, is when I suck dick though. So it's like,
dude,
stick it in my mouth. Like that's why I don't do big dicks. Because if I can't choke myself with it, my pussy ain't getting wet.
What about it is it for you? About sucking dick that just
getting
it's
choked
like
out.
Your end all thing for really.
Because I think I carry a lot of my stress and I don't breathe. So when this right here is like getting activated and kind of choked on me, I center myself and I almost breathe better. So weirdly,
you're fucked up.
So I'm fucked up. So when I can do breath play and when I can do breath control on a dick while pleasing someone else, it regulates my breathing and helps me connect with another person while pleasing another person. So it's this very like ethereal, like I think of it like an orchestra and think of it like a symphony because
you're
the
fucking
way
conductor, dude.
the way that I
like,
give head, it's like it starts off a certain way. I'm gonna like feel out the person and be like, oh, you like that, let me try this, oh, you like that, okay, so I know I can go back to this and you're gonna love that, but what about this? And like, so it's just like, I like to play.
Yes, and you are like, you genuinely take time to read people, and I think that goes back into your sex education that you have. Like,
which is why I feel like I'm kind of picky too, and I feel bad because I'm like, people are like, oh, why don't you shoot with so and so? Don't you shoot with so and so? I'm like, I also want to like really connect and have a good conversation with them and like get that sexual energy going, and I'm like, I wanna have that good connection.
Well, that's my biggest thing about shooting for companies. If I'm shooting in like Miami per se, I know everyone here. Like generally I'm working with one of my friends, so like it's good. Who are your favorite performers to do content with? Because you have worked with a bunch of people, but who are your favorites? Because what would you say is like, wait, answer this first. I was loading another question.
Got it.
Because I'm high. No, you can answer.
Oh, okay. You're okay. Keep it. Keep it on cue.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try.
My favorite. Carmela.
She's so great, right?
She is
so great.
Good because we match energy. She will like keep up with me.
Yes.
And Kendra Hart. We did a blowjob together. Oh my God, we were like competing and like forcing each other's
When she does content,
down.
her on, I literally just said this. I was like, when Kendra does content, her on switch, it's like, it's crazy. It's literally like,
she's so sweet talking about, her new attachments to her.
Literally. Yeah. And then as soon as the camera's on, she's like, oh, and she's so into it that it's like, she's locked in. I'm like, that's crazy. Because she'll like talk like us, like where she just kind of jumps around and stuff. And once she's shooting, I'm like, that's magic, dude. Some people are just kind of built for porn, honestly. We just are. Like you, Carmela, when I met her, and she told me that she knew you and you were like good friends. I was like, duh, like of course. Like she's like, we had like a, and I was like, oh, I know what she did.
What?
She's a temptress.
She gets that look and she's like,
she does.
Yeah.
She's
and I'm like, fucking stop it. And she does.
She's trying to fuck me.
And then she does. You're trying to fuck me. Yeah, you're trying to fuck me with those eyes. And she's like,
she is.
I am. What are you gonna do about it? I'm like,
I'm gonna fuck you. I don't know if you want.
Like,
I'll
if you want
fuck
me
you
to.
right now.
Yeah. So
I'll literally do it.
she is probably one of my
She is, yeah.
number one. I love shooting with Hazel Grace. She's got great energy.
She's so hot. I've never met her. She's so fucking hot.
I'm trying to think. I'm like, who all have I fucked? Shit.
Everyone.
I'm picky.
I know you are kind of picky.
Yeah.
Which
No,
is
I mean-
actually crazy because I thought I was a little picky, but you're actually picky. Your connection thing. But I also, when I shop for companies, you know, they kind of
Yeah,
fuck you
that's
over.
one thing.
Like you don't really.
If
get
I'm
to choose
shooting for a
sometimes.
company and you're telling me who I'm fucking, I can within
prep.
the first 50, like meet you, have a conversation with you for 15 minutes beforehand, get a connection,
Yeah.
and for the next hour, fuck you and make a really good scene because of that connection. But that 15 minutes now, if I'm going to be making content with you, and I actually want to call you and be like, hey, come up, let's do content. I'm like, I actually want to dig you, really, I'm very sapiosexual, and I really like to.
I like that though because I think part of shooting porn and the magic in it is you have to get people who genuinely want to do it, want to be there, they want to work. It's not like it's
I am
a chore,
all about
enthusiastic
consent.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yay.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Thanks.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'm like, I didn't know if
I'll break it down for you if you want. You don't have
I'd
to.
use it. Yeah.
This is a pothead. Some people are like, oh my god. Well, you also see, and that's the nails thing.
Yeah.
Is it because you hook up with so many girls? Because you do get your nails done a lot.
I do.
Do you have a lesbian thing coming up?
I don't. That's the last time I had my nails done was because of the lesbian thing, but they were
Really?
cut nice and
Oh,
short.
okay, yeah, not sharp and stuff, yeah.
to not hurt them. But right now,
That's something professional. By the way, men, let's add this note really quick.
can
This
y'all
is a
learn how to
note for-
finger fuck?
And for the love of God, clip your fucking nails. I don't know what it is about the thumb and the pinky with you guys that you guys just leave them long.
Weirdly.
Unless you're doing.
I open my packages with this. That's weird.
Get a fucking letter opener. You're 34.
Carry a knife.
Yeah, get a
Carry
knife.
a knife.
Grab one from your kitchen.
We'll feel more protected than. I got you, honey.
Or handy dandy. I don't know if you've heard of them. Scissors.
Hey, what's worse than two girls running with scissors?
You and I running with scissors.
Two girls scissoring with the runs.
Oh my god, that was good. That was good.
Disclosure on this one.
No, that's fucking funny.
I heard it on TikTok.
Hater.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was just
No, that's fucking funny. That's
okay. But shit, where were we got scissors? Men's nails. Oh, yeah.
They need to clip them.
One, you need to clip them, and two, move them. While they're just don't
What
do
is this? What is this?
Do
Let me ask
something.
you. In
Why
what
not?
movie, in what show have they ever been like this? Where they're not. It's always two in the pink, one in the stink. Okay?
that's
You
what
get
you
one
want.
of these, you get the pleasure claw. By the way, hold on.
You're a big fan of that?
No,
Are you
no.
a big fan of that?
I know this is actually one of. I don't know because I'm a friendly person, but the weird people in school really liked me and would talk to me. And my parents told me this my whole life, and I never really thought about it. But then there was this kid named Dylan, and he leaned over one day and he goes, "Hey, you know what the pleasure claw is?" I go, "No." He goes, "It's this." And I was like, "Okay." Thanks, Dylan. He's
cool story.
And he was just like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, Dylan."
I always like the bowling ball.
Bowling ball.
The bowling
oh,
ball,
yeah,
right?
a little.
Like,
that's a little light. You get a little light.
Yeah.
I feel that. I dig it.
But you know what? Let's be honest. Okay, so
But
I'm
what's
not
your
gonna lie.
favorite? What's your actual favorite?
My guy is very good at fingering. Okay, but this is the
Honestly, you better be. You deserve it.
Thank you. I deserve all the good fingerings, okay? If I say so myself.
If I do say so myself.
I think everyone deserves good fingerings. I mean, you deserve it
If
too.
you're gonna, here's the thing. Fingering is like, it's like us giving you a hand job. If you can't do that, why the fuck would I touch your dick? Like, if you can't figure out how to use your hands, that's arguably the thing you use most on your body day to day. If you don't know how to finger someone, I literally will never touch your dick with my hands. How about that?
And that's the thing. You
might get my
literally
mouth. We'll see how
spend-
eating pussy is for you. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
You could spend a half hour down there being like, I just want to figure your pussy out and to go back.
oh my God.
And that's gonna get you wet as fuck. Rather than you spending a half hour down there doing what the very most
Like,
at 100% speed, and I say
What is
harder, and you go faster.
Why? What happens with the? It's like they're like trying to scratch you or something. Like, you're not scratching my back. Like, calm down. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say, so this is my issue though, is that I like being fingered, and especially if you keep doing it right, I'm gonna keep asking for more.
oh yeah.
And
Okay, but can you get off like just being? I can't if it's like really good.
If it's
but
the whole
if you eat me out and finger me, 100% I'll squirt. And I don't tell dudes that. I'm like, no, because then they make it their mission to do it. But if they're bad at doing it and they're like, I'm like, you're not good at this. Sir, I'm talking to you right now. How do you think it's going?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, if I set up that expectation for you, you're just going to be racing towards the finish line thinking that's what you're going to get.
Exactly.
Let me have you build it up, and then right before I'm like, I'm going to squirt, and they're like, is that, you're going to do it now? And it's like, yes, because everything you did processing that was like the right thing to do, because you weren't like,
you set me up, baby.
You set me up for it. You set me up. Yeah. So, yeah. But my whole problem is that I just keep wanting more, and then I just end up like getting fisted.
I love getting fisted. Whoa.
Yeah.
What would you say is like the kinkiest thing you do? I didn't even know. Oh no, actually, I think I did know you did.
What?
Get fisted.
Yeah.
I think I did.
Because I will, because I let my ex-wife do
Yeah.
it to me. I mean, because girls have smaller hands, and girls know what they're doing. And like,
They're not like trying to punch you. Oh my God.
oh yeah, you have big hands.
You know I have man hands.
Yeah, okay.
My hands are big as fuck.
But
that's why I'm so good at jerking dicks.
That's what I say. I'm like, I will make your dick look really small, but I'm gonna give you the best hand job that you've ever
You're
had,
welcome.
because that fucking grip though, like
Oh my God.
Oh, I am not one of those little
I'll jack your dick into oblivion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I'm not afraid to like
Give me
rip that thing
that
off the
shit.
fucking wall. Look, they've been doing it since they were how old? They ain't gonna do anything that you.
The thing is, we know how long you've been jacking your
my God,
dicks.
remember when
And you guys
Bambino-
used to do some scary stuff to your dicks. I know you did, because the things that they depict in movies, and from what my ex-boyfriends have told me,
They're like,
I'm
"Oh, yeah, we
men
did
are
that."
fucking weird to their dicks. Like, they try to see like how much their dicks. Why do you guys, at every point in your life, every man does this? Because I've asked. I'm like, why do you, at some point in your life, have you tried to jack off as much as you could, like in
one day?
in like a
What's
certain
your
amount of
record?
time? Like, why would you try and do that? They're just like, well, I can keep going.
Because
Like,
why not? I mean, okay, wait a minute. Oh,
how many times would you say you could masturbate a day?
I've tried. 13 was my record. That's not bad. Actually, no. 13 is not my record. That was before I got
I was gonna
into
say
porn.
I put that on.
I was gonna say on cam. Oh shit, I'm talking like.
Oh yeah.
36.
Oh yeah. On cam, it's like a heightened sense of euphoria. You get like
Because I
so
orgasm in different
into-
ways.
Yes.
I'm gonna get off to just my fingers rubbing. I'm gonna get off to when I put the Hitachi on. I'm gonna get off when I put something inside my pussy. I'm
When
gonna
you're
get off when I
getting
have
a blowjob and shit. Oh my God, that arguably is
My
the
put-
best one. It really is. It arguably
Oh my
is.
God, like the best orgasm I had was it's about the time that we knew each other. I was getting fucked and like throat fucked at the same time, and like couldn't breathe in this end and like coming on this end, and it was
Were you at like a palace in the Aladdin?
No, I was at a house. I always used
I was
to
gonna
go
say
to.
it's Stevie's friends.
Oh God, no! No, I did not get off that night.
I honestly, here's the story. I usually don't tell these stories. I did acid one time with my friend Lexi. She came back from Texas. I picked her up from the airport, and we got back to the cam house. and everyone was gone. All the cameras were off because we were having issues. So we took acid, and she's like, "Let's go. We're gonna go on an adventure." This bitch, I don't even like know what the fuck happened. Like, we got to a hotel, and then we like saw the concierge, and she knew him for some reason, and then we went up to like the top secret floor.
Yes.
And it was like a separate elevator, and it was the weird, and it was like all themed. It looked like Alice in Wonderland and shit, and like Aladdin-y. And I was on ass. I was like, what the fuck?
It ended up being like some celebrities house.
Yes,
you're like, why is there a photo of this guy? And it was his fucking house.
It's his son, though. It's his fucking son.
Yeah.
And his best friend lived there, and they were kind of like, you know, and like I love bi dudes. That's like my thing personally. But But that for sure, I was like, those two are definitely like fucking each other after they fuck all of us and like reminiscing, like for sure. And they were so beautiful and perfect and like, whoa, it was crazy. And I was on acid. It was crazy.
So it was even more trippy and like overwhelming.
I was like, this is no, and it was just like, I just go with the flow with shit. And then there was this shower that the whole room was a shower, but it was like had like plants every bitch. It was I was like, where the fuck am I
in the jungle?
And then I couldn't find my friend.
You're just in there like
literally. But it was awesome. Oh, it was awesome. It was like being in a waterfall in the rainforest.
God.
But then I couldn't find my friend, so I just left. But I also couldn't find my clothes.
You guys would do that to each other. You guys would just
okay, it was Lexi. It was Lexi.
And
Lexi was my partner.
She's so independent, though.
I know.
She would go out by herself.
She would abandon me a lot of our drunk nights.
I'm going down to Miami.
She would just
and
run
I'm
away.
like,
we all have a friend who just gets drunk and runs away. They don't have really a destination.
We intervene when we need to.
It's safe. Yeah, it's fine. She's fine. She always makes it home.
They're going to be like, you never leave your friends alone. Be like,
She literally would always make it home. Also, she's a grown woman. Also, I am busy running away myself, so I can't really chase her. That's why I kept getting kidnapped.
I am busy doing my own fuck shit.
Literally, that's why I literally got kidnapped. Twice. And it was both times my fault. Like, I willingly...
Thankfully, I have never gotten kidnapped.
Well...
I totally
for
forgot
being
about
have
that.
you ever been... This is kind of dark, guys. Kind of crazy.
Okay.
Trigger warning. Have you ever been roofied? Because I got roofied like my first week in Florida, but joke's on them. I do a lot of psychedelics, so I knew
I kind of enjoyed it.
No, I literally was like, they're retarded. That's a waste. Like that literally, it was a waste because I was just like, this is cool. I'm gonna go home and sleep. Like,
really? Yeah.
And I literally went home and went to bed.
Thankfully,
no,
never.
No.
Yeah.
See?
Although, part of me is like, did I? But that was like, it was like in 2008. Okay.
Probably got roofied.
You
probably got roofied.
This was when I was with my ex-wife and we went to homecoming and we were all drinking out on the dance floor. We all took one more shot. She goes, we were dancing, we were fine. All of a sudden you were just like,
oh no.
And then she takes me outside and I'm on the sidewalk and I'm puking. She goes, I don't
something
remember
got in you. Yep,
yeah, she's
got
like
in
something.
you.
And that and then the next day, thankfully she was an EMT, gave me 2 banana bags the next day. Still wasn't feeling good.
Whoa.
And then I decided, okay, I'm not drinking. And then I didn't drink for 6 years after that.
Holy shit.
For 6 years, I was like, it's not worth it for me to be hungover because I didn't know if it was drugs or if it was just me. I'm like, either way, my body doesn't like that.
You know
and
what?
I'm
I
not about
actually
to
get
do it.
you. When you have like a scary moment drinking,
Yeah,
it
you get that
does help
PTSD.
you.
Like,
yeah,
if
it
you
does.
drink
It does.
screwdrivers all the time and you get really fucking drunk on it,
true.
you're like, I am not drinking orange juice anymore.
Yeah, I don't drink Fireball because of a lingerie party in high school.
Like, you can't even smell cinnamon.
I can't drink Fireball. I mean, I can, but it brings back some crazy memories. And I was not of age. I wasn't of age for anything. But I've always hung out with older people. Yeah. So it didn't matter. You know, I'm like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I always make it home.
I feel like I should pass this to you first.
Ooh, you can hit it first. You took the time, my darling. What would you say is your favorite piece of content that you've ever shot? I love that. That was like a flick of the wheels. Because you've done so much with so many performers. And you've done a lot of solo stuff, not for nothing.
I like... I like the ones where my ass looks good. I like the one, you know, if it's like, there's one, and just in my room, and there's a mirror, but you can like see me in the mirror, and I'm writing backwards, and my ass just looks like just an ass. It's just like lifting, and it's,
I mean, they're signaling me to get the booty. We would like the booty. Everyone loves the booty.
It's there.
It's the yuck.
It's there. Yeah.
It's
So if it's
there.
just like bouncing on dick,
It looks
really good.
And in the mirror, your mirror's huge, so I know that looks fine.
and then you can see my face while I'm like, yeah, it's so good.
That's hot. No,
I
that is
don't
hot.
actually make that face.
I love that.
Although have you ever noticed that one of your eyes rolls more than the other?
Yeah, I literally I'm trying not to let.
I've tried to work on it and like, okay, I go over there, and I'm like, oh, this one goes over here. This one's like, I'm tired. Like,
I'm sleepy.
I'm tired.
I'm sleepy.
What was it? We were talking about like conductors and
Yeah.
everything, like train conductors. I've told everyone this. I'm like, I am like a locomotion when it comes to like sex and coming. Yeah. You make me come once, it's like shoveling coal in. We just, we're gonna keep going more. Yeah, more.
Oh yeah, more. I want more.
More. And that's why it's like when you're like, oh, have you actually counted how many it's like,
No.
yeah, before 13, because I was like, yeah, I want more. I
That
want more
actually
to see how many different
makes
ways
me
I can come.
Crazy when dudes like, they're like, oh, how many times did you come? And I'm like, obviously not enough because it wasn't that good because you're asking me that, and then I'm like, and now. We're both adults. I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, oh, good try, bud. I'm like, that was fucking whack. Like, get the fuck out of my house.
I'm not signing up for that.
No,
I
absolutely
am
not.
unapologetically that girl that I don't care if we're together or not. If we get done with having sex, I'm be like, that was great.
No, and you'll know.
And I go,
you want more?
I want another. And I
Let's
go,
do it.
I'm gonna try my Hitachi, okay? And I just pull one more out because I fucking want it.
I
And it has
want it
nothing
too.
to do with you. Like I
You're just a
probably
little
came a few
nympho.
times.
Yeah.
I just want to come one more time.
Sometimes
and
you need to do it right after you have sex because you have it like fresh in your mind. So it's like you get to like relive it in like fast time. Because it's all your fresh memories.
Yeah. They're standing there and I'm already
that.
like masturbating to the thought of what we just
Literally,
did. And I'm like, oh my god,
dude,
it's so good. Remember
That's
when you
my
just did that?
fucking favorite.
Yeah.
Some dudes they get a little or even girls sometimes they get a little like
offense.
Yeah, but then if they're like a nympho, which I usually end up hooking up with, they like understand it.
And I'm like, bitch, don't you want one more?
Right, don't you want to come again too? Like, I'll blow you. Like, let's go.
One more. Yeah. I'm like, you need a little break? You need me to ease up on the pressure?
Do whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Yeah.
Do you have any projects that are coming out that you want to shout out for us really quick?
Oh, God. I don't think so.
Honestly, you have so many that you've done, you guys. I'm telling you, you can, and if you don't find it, ask her. She'll know the video, like regardless of how much content she has. She knows the perfect one. So you will definitely be able to find something on her pages that you like. Absolutely.
Just putting out more content. Honestly, oh my God. Okay, it's been long. I really want to do a DP this year, like boy, girl.
Yes.
Like, it's been fucking years
Yes.
since I've been like stuffed from both sides. So I'm like, I want it. So yeah. You want to help film it?
I'll film it.
You want to be there?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I will literally be like your set assistant and shoot. And shoot it for you, dude. I would love to.
Oh my God. So why do you think I help? Okay, so Hazel Grace has her production company in Melanin that she started. Why do you think I'm on set and I work for her and I PA for her? Because I'm like, I get to sit back and like set up all the lights, make sure the girls look pretty. I'm like, oh no, you're
And that's
boob.
our favorite
Let me
thing
help
to do
fix
anyway.
you. And then they get to fuck and I'm like sitting off on the side. I'm like,
You're like, and this is like me getting paid right now.
yeah, this is me getting paid.
It's like the old sex shows where you could like watch and pay and watch when, old. They still have them. It's exclusive.
I would like, because I love
Or
that
at,
kind of shit. So.
Swingers clubs. They have them there a lot. Charley, this has been so much fucking fun. I've loved chatting with you. I'm definitely going to have you on again. We have so much we have to ask you and come back in, but
Thank you so much for having me.
oh my God, you're amazing. I adore you. I'm Adriana Maya. This is fucking Charley Hart. This was Spliffs and Giggles brought to you by the Red Eye District. Mwah. Good night, guys.